You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
We're going to take a live look again at smoke coming from the Thompson Fire, which is burning just to the north of Oroville, going all the way along the north edge of the Feather River, jumping over the Feather River and burning, or actually straddling the spillway at the Oroville Dam right now.
Yeah, so much smoke in this live shot that it's really hard to tell much of anything right now, except for we know that this fire is not looking any better. Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon is tracking conditions around the fire. Howie, you told us that it was going to be windy and that it was going to be hot and dry. This is not what we wanted to see happen today. How are things looking outside right now?
No, I mean, the conditions have changed. They vary. There's many criteria for fires. They've changed a little bit, really not overall for the better. I'll get over to the wall right now. Here's another shot of the Oroville fire. Again, these plumes, they pretty much quadrupled in size, as well as the coverage and the acreage since I arrived here about 1:30 this afternoon, an hour and a half or so, or a couple hours after the fire has begun. So warm, hot, and breezy again for Tuesday night, keeping elevated fire weather danger right through Wednesday. Then again, the dangerous heat, that will continue. All right, I'm going to go into the dynamics and we'll get closer to the fire weather criteria. First of all, high pressure moving in, the strongest of the season, going to last for a long time as well. What does all this mean? Well, this high pressure system is going to continue to keep our skies clear, maximum warming, maximum drying. So the drier, the hotter, that helps the fires burn and spread very rapidly. High pressure, pretty much, this is the bully on the block. What do I mean by this? A lot of times these storms like to lean on the high, weaken them, push them off towards the east into the Great Basin. Well, that's not the case. This high pressure system is in complete control. Really, the only deviation is if these storms want to come close, that'll help elevate the winds with the change in atmospheric pressure. But for now, we're seeing the winds out of the north, dry, sinking air. Now, the thing about it is, as we get closer to the weekend, that delta breeze, that cooler, moist sea breeze, will start to move in a little bit. I just don't think it's going to be enough to overwhelm this high-pressure system that is going to keep us very much on the hot side, the dry side. And what does that mean? Less rain or nothing in the way of rain to really help our situation with the fires. But here is our wind speed. Now, overall sustained winds, since I've been on call here, since about 1:30 this afternoon, those have come down. We were looking at 17-mile-per-hour winds in Oroville. Now we're down to about 10-mile-per-hour winds, but the gusts have been stronger at times. So, as I said, some of the criteria have changed, but really still very much, I'm going to say, on the dangerous side, because this fire has quadrupled in size since I arrived a few hours ago. Here's our future wind gusts. So you want to keep the closest eye in the Oroville area. Here's some of our wind gusts. Okay, they're not horrible, but the best thing, because the strongest of the wind gusts are out west. The thing about it is, the further west you go, the further east you go, and the further you get into later on in the week after Wednesday, the winds and the gusts, those will start to come down. So that bodes well for potentially and hopefully controlling this fire. Now, relative humidity levels, those have gone down. What does that mean? That means as they go down these numbers, they were at about 24% when I first arrived. Now they're closer to the 18, the 17%. That's gone down. That means drier. Fire likes drier, less moisture, easier to burn with drier conditions. Here's a look at what we have. So really temperatures going to stay on the very, very hot and dry side. What does all that mean? Well, we're not seeing anything in the way of rain. That definitely doesn't help with the fires. And again, 118, 117 degrees, that continues to burn out and dry the fuels. Again, some of the criteria changing for the better, some of them staying and keeping us with problems. But the good news is after Wednesday, with the winds coming down, that is a huge driving factor. That might make it easier for firefighters and emergency crews to get the fire under control.
All right, thanks, Howie. And I want to add, just into our newsroom, we've learned that this fire is now 2,100 acres. Now, we're still working to find out if anybody's been injured, if any homes or buildings have been destroyed. We do expect to